Remanika Gupta from class 10th form.
Christian Louis Lang once said, "Technology is a useful matter, but a dangerous master." Good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Remanika Gupta, and today I am here to talk about how ethical use of technology is an urgent requirement. Few years back, when there were only a few people exposed to technology, fears about misuse were minimal because so few had access to technology. With the advent in technology, new and deeper ways, from asking the personal information to tracking online behavior through digital platforms, is taking place. As the technologies have become ubiquitous in past 10 to 15 years, with more and more people connecting via smartphones, internet, social networking, as well as the rapid applications of machine learning, the need of ethical training is urgent. The topic of ethical technologies has evolved as the technologies have developed. Every time we use social media, sign up for a mailing list, or download a free app onto our phones, we agree to the provider's terms of use. While many of these agreements are unnecessarily dense and challenging to process, they do serve a very specific role for everyday people like you and me. They set the norms on how a company can use the personal data they collect from us, be it for providing us with more personalized advertisements, selling the data to a data brokerage, or assessing the data for research and development. In what we recognize as an emerging trend, some companies are approaching as a public relation issue but as a business criterial goal to be pursued. For example, a decade ago, as Google moved internal applications and resources to the cloud, its security perimeter was constantly expanding and changing. At the same time, companies were seeing more sophisticated attacks by sponsored hackers. Hence, Google decided to completely overturn its security approach and implement a new security model that turned the existing industry standard to its head. And it's not just tech firms. In 2015, a Morgan Stanley financial advisor pleaded guilty to taking the data for roughly 730,000 accounts, which is 10% of the wealth management firm's user base, and attempting to take that information with him to a competitor. In this process, the personal data of nearly 900 users was assessed and posted online by hackers. Companies have to learn to be responsible stewards of artificial intelligence they deploy, the 5G networks they've begun to build, and so much more that's coming towards us, from quantum computing to VR and to walking robots. Virtual reality holds immense potential beyond gaming and entertainment. It can be a powerful tool for empathy building, enhancing education, and fostering understanding across diverse perspectives. Ethical technologies such as exo-GT exoskeletons offer individuals with spinal cord injuries the ability to walk again. Advancements in robotics have opened up new possibilities for people with disabilities, allowing them to lead more independent and fulfilling lives. Over the past few years, the combination of robotics and artificial intelligence has been increasingly used in many industries. When combined, machines can perform autonomously many tasks which were normally executed by human beings in a cheaper, quicker, and more efficient way. This in turn boosts the economic growth, productivity, profitability, and gross value added. In 2017, a report prepared by KPMG stated that 45% of what Americans do at work can be automated. Some call this phenomena the fourth industrial revolution or the Industry 4.0, whose effects should be visible within the next 5 years and be widespread in 20 to 30 years. Modern technology tools like this can offer amazing benefits to industry and society. From better sharing of marketing messages to tracking human health to eliminating mundane tasks. Technologies that are driving sweeping changes and are central to the growth of the economy should be trustworthy. The stakes are high, and yet knowing what needs to be done is not the same as knowing how. Mobile phones track us as we shop at stores and can infer where and when we vote. Algorithms based on commercial data allow firms to sell us products they assume we can afford and avoid showing us products they assume we cannot. Drones globally watch our neighbors and deliver beverages to fishermen in the middle of a frozen lake. Autonomous vehicles will someday communicate to one another to minimize traffic congestion and thereby energy consumption. Similarly, there are also concerns about how autonomous vehicles should be programmed to make decisions in a potentially dangerous situation. If a vehicle had to choose between hitting a hard object like a wall or a soft one like a person, where do you think the liability is going to lie? Is it with the car's manufacturers, the software coder, or the car itself? There's no clear right or wrong answer to this question. Thus, people feel that accidents should happen naturally rather than letting a robot decide who should live or die. In 2020, there were more than 35,000 fatal vehicle crashes in the United States. This led to the death of more than 38,000 people. Human error is cited as the leading cause of these accidents. Using autonomous vehicles can prevent these accidents. However, one might argue that even with autonomous vehicles, accidents do happen. But studies have shown that 98% of autonomous vehicles accidents are caused by human errors. Here we come to a point that it's not always to blame the technology, but rather who is using this technology and in what manner. Artificial intelligence is a field of technological endeavor that people are exploring in order to make better sense of the world. Because we want to make sense out of the world to make better choices, in a way AI has a fundamentally ethical aspect. But here, we need not mistake efficiency with morality. Just because something is more efficient does not mean it is morally better. For example, people can make more efficient weapons, more efficient at killing people and destroying things. But that does not mean that they're good or will be used for good. Weapons always reflect, in an ultimate sense, a form of damage to the common good. Returning to technology, lots of organizations are exploring technology as a goal in their mind. That is not necessarily the best goal for everyone. They're looking for something good, whether it is making sense of large data sets or improving advertising. But is that the ultimately best use of this technology? Could we perhaps apply to instead social issues such as best way to structure an economy or best way to promote human flourishing? The youth needs to learn not simply can I build it, but rather should I build it, and if so, how? They need to learn and ask themselves, why are we doing this work? Who are we going to benefit? As long as there is technological progress, technology ethics is not going to go away. In fact, questions surrounding ethics and technology is only going to grow in importance. As we travel this path into the future together, we will choose the kind of future we create. Given our technological power, we need to put more and more attention towards ethics if we want to live in a better future and not a worse one. Thank you and have a great day ahead.